final trailer for Toy Story 5 just dropped a few days before the movie's official premiere, and I'm more convinced than ever that this film is going to be amazing. But did you catch all the hidden details in this latest teaser for the animated movie of the year?
Affirmative, Commander.
For example, in one of the most exciting scenes from the final trailer of Toy Story 5, we see Jessie trying to fight Lilypad, but it seems her punches have zero effect on the evil tablet. And there's only one reason for the brawl. We can see a picture of Jessie up for sale on the movie villain's screen. What's interesting is that the website is called eBid, which is definitely a clear nod to the online retail giant eBay, but Disney chose to change the name to avoid getting sued, just like they did with Google in Zootopia, where they changed the search engine's name to Zoogle. And if you pause this scene at exactly the right moment, you won't just notice the sales ad. We can actually make out a few details in the description Lilypad created to sell Jessie. For instance, we can see the ad title reads Vintage Cowgirl Doll, and this might be the exact same ad Blaze is looking at on her laptop in one of the movie's leaked images, which makes a lot of sense, hinting that maybe the 8-year-old girl bought Jessie through the website. Besides that, we can see that Lilypad set Jessie's price at $0. This could mean one of two things. Either the evil tablet actually sold the cowgirl for absolutely no money, or she started an auction, which is how eBay used to work back in the day. And it could be that when Blaze placed a bid on the doll, Jessie herself came to the conclusion that leaving would be the best idea. After all, Blaze, the one who bought her, wanted her enough to place a bid, while Bonnie didn't want her anymore. And Jessie doesn't want to go through the same thing with Bonnie that she went through with Emily years ago. These are just a few of the hidden details you definitely missed when you watched the latest Toy Story 5 trailer. Get ready, because we're about to blow your mind right now. Right after that, in the next scene of the trailer, we see Lilypad running across Bonnie's bed while Buzz and Woody chase after her, and we can see her eyes look like someone who is super happy. And if we look at her screen, we can see the words, "Found your toys." This implies that Blaze might have actually sent a message hinting that Jessie belonged to her family in the past, which backs up the fan theory that Emily and Jessie's new owner share some kind of connection. The strongest theories suggest that Blaze is either Emily's daughter, granddaughter, or even niece, or that the girl and her family are living on Emily's family's old farm. She could easily have seen a picture of the property's former owner as a kid, holding Jessie in her arms. So, as soon as she laid eyes on the ad, she recognized it was the exact same doll. And the moment Lilypad tells Jessie this, the cowgirl doesn't think twice and decides to dive right in and return to her old home, which is located in a rural area, something we'll talk more about in just a bit. Something that confirms this plot detail is in this very same scene, where we can see the message "Send All." This makes it clear that the tablet managed to sell both of them, Jessie and Bullseye. Another interesting detail is the username we can spot in the image displayed on the movie villain's screen, pinned right next to the sales ad. It reads, @HorseGirl, spelled with 2 R's and 2 L's. This handle definitely belongs to Blaze, and it's how she identified herself on the shopping site. This makes Disney's character description even clearer. She's an 8-year-old girl who loves horses, just like Emily did back in the day, which is exactly why she loved playing with Jessie, her favorite cowgirl, so much. In another scene, we see someone who appears to be either Bonnie's mom or dad grabbing the toys from Woody's old gang from under the bed. This hints that all of them were also sold, or who knows, maybe they're heading back to Sunnyside Daycare, which is where Bonnie's mom works, as we saw in Toy Story 3. And at this moment, we notice a really cool detail that practically no one caught while watching the trailer. Notice that under Bonnie's bed, there is nothing less than a banana. Does Bonnie not like fruit, and instead of eating it, she just tosses it under her bed? Creepy. Apparently, in the scene right after this one, we can see the toys that were taken away sitting inside a box in Bonnie's family's garage. This indicates that they might actually be heading to the attic, just like what was going to happen in Toy Story 3 before they ended up at Sunnyside. The fact is, if you look closely, you can spot Slinky Dog by the door trying to listen in on something, while the other toys are inside the box debating whether they're going to be donated. If you made it this far, do the following. Click the subscribe button. I think we deserve it. The trailer shows that at a certain point in the movie, Bonnie will be at the house of some girls she's trying to make friends with. These will be new characters in the franchise, and something that really grabs your attention is how similar they look. For example, besides all of them using the exact same kind of tablet, the same model as LilyPad, just in different colors and looking like different animals, the girls are also wearing the same shoes. They're all wearing Converse Chuck Taylors, just in different colors. This hints that they're in that phase where they think they're way more mature than they actually are, which is honestly a phase every kid goes through sooner or later. And if we look at Bonnie, we'll notice she's still a lot more childish, which is totally normal. For instance, she isn't wearing Chuck Taylors, but rather a pair of lilac flats matching a hair clip of the same color, which are super cute. We also see a scene in the trailer where Jessie is sitting next to a tree, and in the background, there's a horse. At this point, we can deduce that Jessie no longer belongs to Bonnie, but rather to Blaze. The reason is that the horse in the background probably belongs to the Cowgirl doll's new owner's family. The key detail here is that Jessie's thoughtful face might indicate that she misses Bonnie and is maybe planning to return to her old owner. After all, she might have imagined that Emily would still be there and could have been heartbroken to see that Blaze wasn't her former owner. But still talking about the horse, the one from the previous scene where we mentioned Jessie is sitting by a tree, it's definitely the same horse the doll climbs on top of along with Bullseye, grabbing onto its mane. This shows she's not just a simple toy, but practically a real cowgirl. As awesome as this scene is and as flawless as Disney Pixar's animation looks, I gotta say this is the first time I've ever seen a horse riding another horse. Maybe Bullseye deserves a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records. It seems like over the course of the story, Woody and Buzz managed to make it to Jessie's house and convince the doll that Bonnie still needs her and misses her. And this is the moment we get that famous scene where Buzz and Woody each get their own mount, and the old sheriff gets stuck with none other than that little pink pony that had already popped up in the promo images Disney released a few days ago. At the same time, we can see Buzz riding a Pegasus, which is a winged steed covered in pink tones and packed with glitter. This makes it pretty clear that all these toy equines, the ones ridden by Jessie, Buzz, Woody, and the army of Buzz Lightyears that will be in the movie, probably all belong to Blaze. Since she's a kid who just flat out loves horses, it makes total sense for her to have a ton of horse toys, whether they're pink ponies or even glitter-filled Pegasi. And right after that, when the full cavalry is on its way to Bonnie's house, or at least that's what we imagine, Jessie warns everyone that a car is coming, so they all do their usual routine of pretending to be lifeless toys. But if you look closely, you'll realize that the passing car is one of Pixar's biggest Easter eggs. The Pizza Planet delivery truck, which has shown up in literally every single Pixar movie to date, even before they were bought out by Disney. Disney has a habit of putting together trailers that trick us into thinking things will play out differently than they actually do in the movies. And that's exactly what happens in the scene where LilyPad calls Jessie Jessica. However, that's probably not what gave the cowgirl that angry look on her face. It was likely the discovery that the tablet was secretly putting her up for sale. That's gotta be the reason why Jessie jumps onto the tablet shortly after and tries to punch her, but to no avail, since she's just a simple rag doll while the tablet seems to have an impact-resistant screen. Which makes sense, considering she's a kid's tablet and kids are constantly dropping their toys on the floor. And the truth is, LilyPad is so strong and durable that neither Woody, who is also made of cloth like Jessie, nor Buzz, who is made of plastic, can hold the evil tablet back. On the contrary, she manages to easily toss them both aside like they were mere toys. I mean, they are toys. At one point in the trailer, we can see Buzz and Woody together looking at something shocking through the door, but we can't tell for sure what it is. However, we can deduce that it's the exact scene of LilyPad's arrival, when Bonnie gets the green tablet from her parents, just like we saw in the earlier trailers. And surprisingly enough, this reveals some pretty interesting things about the fifth movie in the franchise, like the actual timeline of events. If LilyPad arrived practically at the exact same time as Woody, we can imagine that during the scene where Jessie calls the sheriff, the evil tablet hadn't shown up yet. What was likely worrying Jessie was the fact that Bonnie was feeling left out, because she was the only one in her friend group still playing with action figures and dolls. All the other girls already had their own versions of LilyPad, one shaped like a ladybug, another shaped like a lion, and another shaped like a bluebird, while our villain comes in the shape of a little frog. If you want more videos like this, comment down below, add more. We're leaving 2 really cool videos for you to stay with us here on the channel. Click and have fun. Thanks.